Clouds. You all wanted me to talk about how to paint clouds and do a more in-depth tutorial on how I paint them, how I sketch them, how I color them, all the above. I'm going to break it down into a few pretty easy steps. I don't know what those steps are yet. Let's see. Step 1, sketch. Step 2, paint. That seems good. 2 easy steps to paint clouds. Sketch and then paint. Also, I envy digital artists so much right now because look at all of this stuff. This is ridiculous. If you do art and record it, please tell me how you do it because this is. But who knows if I'm pointing to it? That's you back there. This came in the mail the other day. 100,000 subscribers. That's crazy. Thank you all for watching and paying attention. I know most of you just watch the shorts, but subscribe, follow the long form stuff, and it'd be fun to interact with all of you more. Go in. First step is a sketch. I've got a pretty basic first thumbnail that I did, and I liked it, so I think that's what I'm going to go with. Thumbnails are really, I think, underutilized by beginner artists. People just draw whatever comes to their mind first. Don't mind the fact that I'm literally drawing what came to my mind first. Thinking about it a little bit ahead of time really helps with the overall finished product. My furnace is going to come on. I don't know if that's going to be super loud. I hope not. It's not 1-to-1. There's always something, isn't there? The clouds are going to finish around here and go up here. These clouds will be from below, so you're going to see the bottom of the clouds. You don't want anything too symmetric. You want some organic shapes in there, some irregularity. You want things to be stylized because realism is boring sometimes. And then add some other random shapes within the cloud. They're gonna, in general, go this way. I also, all my stuff is very old, so I'm just hanging on by a thread every time I record anything. And we'll throw in a few other small clouds. Little sailboat down there. Clean water first, and we're just going to very carefully draw within the lines of the clouds, make sure it's wet, and then we'll move on to the actual painting side of things. It's worth taking your time here just to make sure that you get everything within the lines covered, because that's really going to be, your base layer is going to depend quite a bit on an even layer of wet paper. Doesn't really matter, but choose an area that you want to start from. And in this case, I'll start from the shadowed areas. And shadows usually get dropped in right along the edges. And just let the paper diffuse for you. You go in with a drier brush and pull out highlights. For the underside, I'm going to drop in more blue tones for the shadow underneath the cloud. So the cool part about this is that I try to pull up highlights where I can. So like this section in here, but it doesn't matter too much because as long as you pull up a little bit, the second layer will go in and emphasize where this paint naturally dried. And that, I think, helps make these really organic shapes. This was a mistake. Should have let that dry a little bit more. I should have done maybe the cloud down here instead. This is the trouble with doing these live, is that you get to see all the mistakes. So first layer, not too bad. But I want to start adding in some of the deep shadows. That'll help us cover up happy accidents that I have made along the way. Deep shadows are going to be dark purple, indigo, maybe something like that. Probably add a little bit of red in there along the way. We'll sort of dab. You can leave little spots that you missed. It's just adding a little bit of texture. You're gonna do this, and your brain is gonna tell you, blend it all. Just like smooth peanut butter spread. Blend everything. Resist the urge, and just let some of the hard edges exist. I'm gonna look for areas that have created darker spots, and I'm gonna try to emphasize those. Dab it out naturally. Create this naturally deeper shadowed area. Same with this section. And this one here. Lots of dabbing type of action. And you can add some deeper shadows in there now that you've got some water down. They'll spread out naturally. You don't need to just pull one color from your palette. You can just organically mix and match colors. Let them all kind of mix on the page. Nice. Once you get the pattern down, it's really just a lot of repeating it over and over and over as you paint the rest of the clouds. And you can always go back in and add more vibrant colors to areas if you want. But really, it's just a bunch of layers over top of each other that give this illusion of depth in a cloud. The trick again here is that I want a wet paper before I start doing this so that I get an even flow and spread of the blue on the paper for the sky. You just want the paper to stay wet while you're doing that, so just work quickly. No breaks. Don't mess up. Easy. At the end of the day, you can paint them however you want, and if you like it, then who cares? But what I'm going to do last is paint the ocean section. We'll see how that goes. Just kind of scribble directionally around where the clouds are. Directionally add a bit of the colors. Nothing too intense. Let's call it there. It's not my favorite painting, but hopefully it's a starting point for you if you're looking for how to paint clouds. I'm less enthused about the rest of the painting except for the clouds. The clouds I thought turned out okay. everything here and up, I'm okay with. Well, my camera died right as I was recording that, but don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, and I will see you next time.